On the Fringe with Dan radio style. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. First off, happy Memorial Day. Yeah. I hope you're enjoying the day. I hope you're taking the day off. Some of us have jerk-hole bosses. Yes. Some of us are stuck working on a day where it's, technically a holiday. I'm the boss. Wait, huh? Wait, what? Uh-oh. That said, this thumbnail cracked me up a little bit. I got to be honest. Kristi Noem, first off, gorgeous lady. Man, just let that stand for itself. Beautiful in many ways. Like holding the wall, like pretty face, like cute face. Like I don't know how to do it. I don't have a cute face, but right? She's doing her cute face, holding the wall like, oh my God, the wall's there. I was gonna do a thumbnail of the edge of the world. There was just I had a few different ideas, but ultimately it was like she went to Israel. Trump supposedly asked her to talk to Netanyahu. Get down there, please. I want you to ride a camel. I want you to hold up a wall. And I want you to just look cool, right? Can you do all that? Can you make it look like you're, like Captain America, but like the girl version of it? And she's like, Trump, I got this. Now, the thing is, this chick in the back, my favorite part of this, the one I guess is right above me, she seems surprised about the whole thing. She's not ready for this moment in time. Oh? Very well. I can do that stupid face all day long. Her face, cute. I can't. Ooh, shocked face? I can do that all day long. Whatever the case is. A lot of weird shit going on. Yeah. World's changing, folks. I don't know if you've gotten the latest memo, but yeah. They're changing the world, and it is happening, and we're going to experience it. Those of us that are prepared will fare much better than those who aren't. Those of us that are prepared are probably going to have to help. Just keep in mind, got a lot going on. Got a good thing here. Let's check it out. Memorial Day, sacred time. Remembrance of the fallen for sure. Just I think the men and women in general that give their lives every day, that put their lives on the line. I mean, again, so it's so easy to come across as virtue signaling too, by the way, which is also funny. But this is a time where our men and women really deserve. There's a number of days throughout the year where we try to remember, and I think it's important. Right? Memorial Day certainly that one's pretty kind of baked into the equation, and we're able to figure out which one's May and which one's September because Memorial starts with M. It's May, right? And labor's an L. That doesn't belong to anything. So that's how you know. That's how you know, people. That said, happy Memorial Day. And thank you guys for men and women in service and uniform that have given their lives, for sure. Certainly those that have put their lives in harm's way. And, for all the patriotic people out there.
To a body bearer, Memorial Day is especially important. It gives us a time to reflect. It gives us time to think about the families that we've affected in a positive way and those Marines and loved ones that we've buried.
Best way to honor those who have passed on is just to remember them in your life, tell stories about them, keep their memory alive. All the service members we've lost who died for our freedom, just making sure that you are appreciating that and living life to the fullest. They gave up years of their life to serve our country and our Corps, and they deserve that one last final respect.
No matter what generation you come from, old Marine, new Marine, we're all Marines at the end of the day. Realizing that we all wear the same uniform. We all wear the same patch that says United States Marines. And that is the greatest sense of honor one can have.
Rituals are a funny thing. They're used for good and for bad. Rituals have a place in our lives. And thank you again, men and women that are out there that have done their service, that put it on the line. I think any of you guys too, by the way. And I just say this because I'd like to lump myself into this. I think some of us fight for the good of humanity without necessarily having a uniform to put on. I wasn't fond of a haircut. I don't know, whatever it was. But I still feel like I'm fighting for the good of this world, really. But I think the United States is really the tip of the spear when it comes to that. And for sure, I am proud to be an American, proud to be a part of this fight, proud to be helping free humanity. It's a glorious time for all of us. And you are involved as well. Thank you for being a part of this fight with us. We got some fun one here, I think. Oh, yeah, this is Trump. I'm sorry. The fun stuff's coming next here in a sec. Donald Trump, truth this out. Our nation is staging one of the greatest and fastest comebacks in history. In just 4 short months, we are respected again. Respected like never before. And just wait, with many trillions of dollars of investment in plants and factories, until you see the numbers on growth. This is indeed the golden age of America. It's 100% going to be. Going to take, I don't know, 6 to 18 months-ish, probably, to start to really, really, really show. And so when it does, it's going to be incredible. But they're going to say nothing's happening until it does. And many on our side of the fence are going to also say nothing's happening. But assured, much is happening. Flight from Tokyo diverted to Seattle after passenger tries to open the exit door. I don't know about you. On a long flight, right? You're like hours into the flight, and you're like, seriously, I need to walk a little bit. I need to walk this off. So you get out of your seat like any normal person. Of course, unbuckle your seatbelt because like any normal person, you've got it buckled while you just sit there aimlessly praying that nothing crazy happens. And you get up, right? And walk down the aisle a little bit, maybe even don't have your shoes on. Let's be serious, right? And you go down to like, where the bathroom is at the front of the plane. Or the back. There's a bathroom there, too. Bathroom door on the right, if you listen to Steve Miller Band. Yeah, for sure. So up on the right, there's probably a bathroom. So hopefully, that's what the song says. And you get out there, and you're like, you know what? I see there's exit. Salida, maybe, here in America. You see it, and you're like, well, I'd like to take a walk outside. I've been on this plane for like 6 hours now. I'm friggin' tired. So, yeah, who doesn't try to open the door in the middle of a flight at 40,000 feet? Totally normal. No. Yeah, needless to say, the people wrestled them to the ground. I don't know why the plane type matters, but it was a 787-9 Dreamliner, in case you were curious what type of plane would hold such a weird individual. Emmanuel Macron's boyfriend... Sorry. That was an accident, France. Sorry, I'm not trying to, what do they call it? Dead name, dead drop. What's the one when you say the wrong sex? I forget that. I'm not trying to do that. No, when I say Macron's husband, I did it twice on accident. I hate when that freaking happens. Anyway, Macron's other half. Apparently, he punched him. Macron got punched by him. Okay, punched is a strong word, but that's what we call in the business an assault. That's like you said that, or he was talking dirty. Maybe, who knows, right? Oh, you shut that mouth before you have to make good on it, right? Like, who knows? I've said things that, and then she's, he, right, whichever one you're talking about. That totally looks like a wig too, right? Am I wrong on that? And then this poor man's got zero meat on his bones. Jeez. Can't be. Yeah, so anyway, whatever the case was, I don't know. He took a little thing to the face. People are having fun with that, making fun of him. I think it's just another reason to make fun of him. I think it's really probably a better way to put it, but whatever. So some of the failing stuff that's actually kind of going on right now. All right, this is good. Electric vehicles. Are they good, bad, or ugly? Well, here's the thing. The data's starting to come out. We got the Democrats are very much on the wrong side of everything. Just are. Right? Oh, we're going to make everything great. We're going to be green here. We're going to have battery-powered everything. But what we're finding is the batteries, the stuff that we make the batteries out of, is in usually these poor countries. And we're just literally just taking advantage of them, destroying their environment, and feeling really good about ours. It's just such a douchey kind of like group of people that literally are hypocrites don't realize they're hypocrites, refuse to accept they're hypocrites, yet continue to be hypocrites in front of people that are like, really? Like, they just shake their head every time they talk, and right in front of them. They're just like, I can't believe you believe this. Like, it blows my mind. And they're like, and other things? Let me tell you what. The train that they've actually been building in California is actually got track laid. You know, they just make up shit. But anyway, it raises serious concerns that policymakers in wealthy countries only are setting green policies that continue to support human rights atrocities and environmental degradation in poorer developing countries, right? Where the exotic minerals, the rare earths, as they call them. The Dems are mulling over a $20 million plan to figure out why young men don't like them. They can't seem to figure out how they've emasculated men. They've constantly told men that you're horrible being men. Anything that represents you or seems like you sucks. And they can't seem to figure out why these people are somehow, I don't know, bummed. They're spending $20 million to figure it out. I hope they get to the bottom of it. God, it'll be shocking. Pro-Palestinian activists target Ontario food terminal with a blockade. Literally. A place that receives food to feed people is being blockaded because, you know, pro-Palestinians suck at being like, they just like, I don't know, they've got nothing to do right now. Maybe this is part of the problem. They got to get pissed off at another people like, oh, trucks coming in with food on them that feed people. Fuck that. Right? I mean, I don't know how we've gotten here. But the progressive people are losing their minds, and I've been kind of saying I think this split's going to continue. I think we're seeing remnants of it, or them just not having anything legitimate to be pissed about. I mean, everybody knows food coming into the country is the worst thing that can happen. Once food starts coming into a country, I mean, shit, everything goes to hell. Like, you know that. I know it. But the progressives are slow to this new story, I guess. Former Los Angeles deputy mayor is going to plead guilty to making phony anti-Israel bomb threats. Didn't the deputy mayor, was it New York that had to quit? Or was it Jersey? Or, I don't know, there was a deputy mayor, Chicago, maybe. I don't know, whatever. One of these crazy blue-ass places. Same thing here, another one. This guy literally calls in a phony anti-Israel bomb threat. Just because he's pissed. This is how they think. And I mean, again, everybody's waking up to this. I guess we got a popular left-wing Gen Z TikToker. He's got, I guess, millions of followers. He praised the deadly shooting of 2 Israeli diplomats in the U.S. Capitol, calling the gunman a resistance fighter, and joining other far-left groups that have justified, excused, or openly celebrated the attack. You're literally on the side of the fence that's promoting death. Like, it's like the Ukraine argument for so long. Don't you care about Ukraine? And the whole argument back on him is, don't you care about trying to save lives? The left is in a weird place promoting death. Kind of a hard sell. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not really, hugging the possibility like I should, right? Like a good salesperson. Right, let me sell this pile of turd. Like I say, I like to put powdered sugar on a turd. That's what this is. It's a big piece of poop. It's not even steaming. I mean, I don't even have that to offer. It's warm. Right? Like, I mean, no, I don't even have that. It's cold turd's been out. I don't know. I'm not a turd expert, but I'm going to guess 18 to 24, 18 to 28 hours. You know what? It's funny. Hollywood, constantly. They want to blame when nobody shows up to their shit movies because we're shit people. And then when a good movie's put out, and everybody and their mother and their sister's mother and their aunt's mother, and they friggin' import people from other countries just to go to the movies and then send them back because they used that CBP One app. Yeah, try it. It's a good idea. Come in for a movie, get flown back home. It's good times. I'm just saying, it's not a bad idea. If you're smart about it, sneak in, watch a movie, get flown home. Not first class. I mean, it might be on a junker plane. You're lucky if you get there. But, I mean, we're trying. So, box office, big weekend, right? We knew that this woke, I don't know if you guys have been following this woke Disney movie, Snow White. They fucked that movie up, so that's nobody's been watching, and they've been blaming everybody for being, like, it's your fault, you're woke, you're racist, you're sexist, you're whatever. I don't know, usually racist and sexist is good enough to cover most everything. They also had, I forget, I can't find the other one with the transistors. What was it? Anyway, there was a few movies that are out. Well, I'll just read this part first, then we'll see. Hopefully it covers it. Why? If these leftist outlets say it's true that we're living through an era where people just don't want to go to the movies anymore. Is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning about to break a franchise record with its opening week? 6 Mission Impossible movies were released pre-COVID, and yet Chapter 8 is about the best of them all. What these sycophantic liars, especially the Penske media, which for some insane reason is allowed to own Deadline, Variety, Rolling Stone, IndieWire, and the Golden Globes, will never admit is that a problem at the box office means only one thing. There is a problem with the quality and or appeal of the product, i.e., the movie. When something flops, the lies fly. COVID, streaming, pay-per-view, whatever. It is never, well, the movie wasn't very good. Or maybe having 2 guys kiss in a mainstream movie isn't a good idea. Or audiences seem tired of humorless, sexless girl bosses. Or no one takes their kids to a children's movie to watch any gay romance. Or this movie could have used some sex appeal, or, in a way, too preachy and humorless. Again, a lot of crap movies have been coming out, and people are not going to watch them. And this is what's destroying everything. For them, Thunderbolts, that's the one I couldn't remember, which I actually wanted to go see, and it comes to find out it's stupid, woke, and sucked. It's doing very poorly. I'm glad I didn't see it, right? Looking for an excuse to go to the movies, and I saw Mission Impossible was out, and I tried to get tickets, and it was like totally full, and I was like, damn it. Whatever. Told the girlfriend, sorry, we're waiting another week. I'll wait 4 more weeks. I don't give a crap. We're getting a good seat. That's what that's about. Female softball player was injured by a male pitcher, suing Minnesota to keep males out of the game. Boom. This is going to be a big deal. Minnesota's going to have to finally step up to the table, the plate. Tim, what's-his-face, is going to have to finally admit he's an idiot. I'm just kidding. He won't have to do that yet. But Waltz is going to be in trouble on this one if he tries to hold ground. We'll see what he does. But very sad, of course. The male was the pitcher, and the female, I think, took it in the face or something like that. Something horrible. Not cool. Crockett says they're going to, we will investigate Trump, the whole family, when the Dems take the House back. Well, we've already known you would attack us. You just did it prior. So, Crockett, sweetheart, I so dare you to continue what you're doing, because you are going to step over the line. You are going to break the law. You are going to do something that you'll think you can do and you will get arrested. And nobody's going to care, because you're an evil, wicked person. That's all I got to say. Evil, wicked person. Jasmine. Got some major stuff coming out of Texas. Cracking me up how some of y'all got some of these people. Very, very funny. People that hate this country. Kind of strange in the big picture. I want you guys to go to mypillow.com/OTF. That's mypillow.com/OTF. Got this awesome exclusive deal going on. You buy anything, you get this cool little multi-use MyPillow 2.0, the little U.S. Revival Roll and Go, man. It's like the one you can roll it up and shove it in a backpack, take it on the plane with you. It's an actual bitchin' ass little pillow. And it's got, of course, the stars and stripes. You get that free with any purchase. Free with any purchase. Now, any purchase over $100, you're getting like $100 in digital coupes. And I'm telling you what, the word on the street is the digital coupes are actually pretty sweet. I don't actually know what specifically they are, but everyone's like, they're pretty good. Like, they're stoked. So whatever the case is, you're getting free gift. And I know MyPillow, Mike Lindell is going to offer you up something too. Free gift down there that he's going to give you access to. So there's a bunch of stuff just for going to mypillow.com/OTF and ordering anything. Anything. Now, when it comes to anything, you want to go cheapy cheap. First off, you got a 3-pack free. 3 A 3-pack free. You got to pay shipping. That's where they get you. Oh, yeah, they get you on that. But you get the free 3 of those if you want to try them. And then that's it, man. Just shoot. I think you get the roll and go, right? You're not going to get the digital coupons, but hey. Or $9.99, right? You get some dish towels. Incredible. Best towels ever. Any towel they make is the best towels. Or we've got 2 sheet deals that are incredible. He made a bunch of sheets for a big box store, and they basically canceled on them because most people are, well, big box store people are kind of jerks, it seems. I don't know. I didn't specify anybody, so I'm okay. $49.98. Giza, it's really high thread count. These are like the good sheets. These are like the high quality sheets. $49.98. Any size. You got a king? You got some weird king? You got a super special fancy name king? Yeah, there you go. Get one of those. $49.98. If you got anybody for that way, but I would like for your secondary bedrooms and your kids, you know, the ones that pee on their stuff every once in a while. Come on, let's be honest. $29.98. Any size. Percale sheets. Bunch of awesome colors. That way you got some extras, you know, because accidents happen. Maybe it's grandma. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know how this works, folks. I try to keep my family out of my house. Frankly, that's how that works. $29.98. Any size. They've also got the My Cross, which he's got a couple different ways to do it. It's sterling silver. They're beautiful. It's like there's a white outer or that silvery outer with the black inner. And then there's like one that's kind of like white inner and kind of a black outer. Actually looks pretty cool. That's the one Mike Lindell pretty much grooves on. 50% off, so check that out. The beach towels are incredible. Again, for bachelors and stuff, highly recommended. At least you've got a pool to go up to the community, or a towel to go up to the community pool with, and one that you could use and, you know, after you shower. If you got to, you know, start small, got to start somewhere, get a multi-use towel, dude. Use it both places. Come on, man. Come on. Get smart. 50% off, too. You're saving yourself money. And if you got a dog, seriously, you love your dog, I hope, right? Yeah, they should have a MyPillow bed. That's just it. They're awesome. It's like a giant MyPillow, and the dogs are going to be stoked. Trust me. They're going to be like, where was this earlier? Like, and they will seriously question love for probably a short period of time, but it's like dog time. So I don't know, whatever, 7-8 minutes, and they're back to good. Don't worry, but just get the pillow, because if they find out otherwise, talking to dogs on the streets, you know how they chat. All said, blankets and everything, $25. They got a pet blanket, special blanket. It's $34.99. It's probably a little larger, I'm assuming. But all said, got some really, really cool stuff. MyPillow.com/OTF. That's MyPillow.com/OTF. Get the best night of sleep you have ever had. Yeah, that's kind of a big promise, but really, when you try that pillow, you'll feel it, my friends. Got some good shutdown information. Doge says it completed major cleanup. Major cleanup is complete for Social Security. They shut down a whole bunch of those older Social Security people, 12.3 million individuals that were way too old, for sure. They're guaranteed dead. 12.3 million people, by the way. Getting what? We'll use easy numbers. 12.3 million getting 1,000 a month. 12.3 million getting 1,000 a month is the equivalent to 12.3 billion a month. Just going to either dead people, funneling off to who knows what. 12.3 billion a month. That was just going to people that don't deserve it. We haven't gotten into necessarily the illegals yet, or people double dipping on the same number. They're digging further for a lot of that stuff, but big story here is that's a huge chunk of savings. Huge chunk of savings. Done. GOP senator calls for investigation into the $4.7 trillion in untraceable Treasury payments. Now this is stopped, and that's one of the big things. Now, whether we ever figure out who and what stole it, I mean, we hope. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, I'm not going to ever stop trying, but we'll try to get that money back. Whatever the case is we now force this new code, this TAS field, has to be filled out. And this is the Treasury account symbol is what it stands for. Who cares? But the TAS symbol or field has to be filled out now, or it gets kicked back. You cannot get money for nothing and the chicks for free. You can't. It's no longer, I'm sorry to dire straits for those that didn't connect the dots there. I apologize, guys. You can't do it anymore. So this is something that has now moved forward. So it stopped the movement of illegal money. Done. Stopped. Donald Trump truth this out. We are still waiting for the foreign student list from Harvard so that we can determine, after a ridiculous expenditure of billions of dollars, how many radicalized lunatics, troublemakers all, should not be let back into our country. Harvard is very slow in the presentation of these documents, and probably for good reason. The best thing Harvard has going for it is that they have shopped around and found the absolute best judge for them. But have no fear, the government will, in the end, win. It's true. True indeed. So, Bongino says FBI is looking at a number of cases of potential public corruption. They're getting into kind of some stuff. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to say anything bad about Bongino. I think they're in the middle of some major stuff. I think I truly think this is what I think is actually happening. I think Bongino and Kash Patel are waist deep in major stuff that they're hoping to bring some people down. Might take months, though. It'll certainly take weeks and could take months. And I think they're screwed because they know the public's just about ready to friggin' bite the hell out of them. And so they've got to present something. They've got to make it look like they're doing something. And they honestly don't have a lot that they can offer us because, frankly, the thing we need and want from them is the thing that they have to act like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? There's a big boogeyman behind me? Right? That's what I think. I honestly do. I don't think these guys are to be questioned. I really don't. I think this is bigger than anybody thought. I think when everybody was talking before anything changed, like Kash Patel during Trump's, while we were in between presidencies, I think Kash talked a lot of talk, but the reality of doing what he said is just volumesly higher, way higher, incredibly higher, bigly higher. I said volumesly. I guess I can make up any word I want right now. I'm allowed to do that. Apparently, I've broken the mold. So I think Dan Bongino's like, so we're going after the cocaine thing. We're wondering about the pipe bomber. And we're like, there's one other stupid one. But it was just like, okay, yay. We want to know about that too. We were stoked to get some of the awesome stuff for JFK. Thanks. Cool. What's up with Epstein? And they're like, so look, we got some more JFK files, huh? And they're, cool. That's awesome. I love it. 9/11, you're talking about that now, too. Very cool. What about Epstein? Yeah, no, 9/11's going. I got you very well. Yeah, the 7th building, strange how that happened. Seriously, Epstein, well, I'm just curious. I'm just asking for a friend. Right? No? Same thing. All of this. So how it plays out, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like there's a level of control. We got to make sure that people aren't, leaking information, which I think we've still got a major problem with. God, don't both of these two people look horrible? And Abedin looks so frail, so skinny, and just, gross. So, I don't know. He obviously likes boys because she's not got a whole lot up front. You can tell this top is doing everything for her. Him. I don't know what she's doing. She looks horrible, though. Ugh. Evil hath come. And then the look on his face, by the way, is just epic. Because he's like, I got to see her naked every day. Yeah, it's gross. It's pretty gross. Yeah, seriously. It looks worse than you can imagine. That's what he's thinking. I'm half psychic. Yep. EPA looks to remove Biden-era carbon limits from coal and gas-fired power plants. Trying to get us back to good. Because obviously Biden did everything in his power to destroy that. Again, a lot of people are like, oh my God, we got to clean the air. Otherwise, we're all going to die. We represent a pretty small chunk of landmass. The big picture, we got a good chunk of landmass, but we are a bigger problem from the standpoint of consumering rather than necessarily already producing here. We've already gotten rid of so much of our manufacturing. So again, our footprint is reasonably well from the standpoint of what's manufactured here. All said, China, India, Mexico, they're making pollution like nobody's business. They don't give a shit about these stupid green rules. We're not doing anything but just screwing ourselves by insisting that we're going to show the world how to do it properly and soy boy ourselves into non-existence. And for people that don't normally watch, that's a term that's out there. Shouldn't eat soy. Nancy Pelosi predicts Rahm Emanuel presidential bid. So this is, I guess, the deep state's choice, just so you know. They're announcing it, so that's cool. We know who to not want to have anything to do with. Rahm Emanuel wouldn't have. I mean, he strikes me as everything that we don't like. First off, he's just been around the block forever. I think he's another old-timer. Isn't Rahm Emanuel, like, pretty old? I don't think they have a picture of him in there. I love that picture of Hillary doing the salute. Sigile, I think she was saying at the time in her mind. You see that? Oh, look. This looks going to happen again. Oh, this is pretty good. Speaker Johnson, there are more than 1.4 million illegal aliens on Medicaid. So everyone keeps talking about, you cutting Medicaid, cutting Medicaid, cutting Medicaid. No, they're fucking not. And we need to help ripple this for sure, this concept. I mean, this may not be the video to do it on, but this concept that Medicaid's not getting cut. It's only getting cut for illegals and shit, the people that shouldn't have it. This was actually pretty good. I think I'm going to try to play this at slightly, 1.25 speed is good because it's a little long, but it's worth it, and it flows good at 1.25. I think you guys will be okay, even if you're watching me fast. All said, this is helpful, and we need to be mindful of this problem.
President Trump repeatedly insisted he would not touch Medicaid and that Americans would not lose their insurance. Here's what he said just 5 days ago.
We're not changing Medicaid, and we're not changing Medicare, and we're not changing Social Security.
Can you guarantee that your voters who support the election, particularly working class voters, will not lose health insurance under this bill?
Oh, they won't lose health insurance?
The CBO found that nearly 8 million Americans will, in fact, lose their insurance coverage because of the changes this bill makes to Medicaid. So how do you reconcile that with what President Trump said?
It's directly in line with what the president said. I've said the same. We are not cutting Medicaid in this package. There's a lot of misinformation out there about this, Jake. The numbers of Americans who are affected are those that are entwined in our work to eliminate fraud, waste, and abuse. And what do I mean by that? You got more than 1.4 million illegal aliens on Medicaid. Medicaid is not intended for non-U.S. citizens. It's intended for the most vulnerable populations of Americans, which is pregnant women and young single mothers, the disabled, the elderly. They are protected in what we're doing because we're preserving the resources for those who need it most. You're talking about 4.8 million able-bodied workers, young men, for example, who are on Medicaid and not working. They are choosing not to work when they can. That is called fraud. They are cheating the system. When you root out those kinds of abuses, you save the resources that are so desperately needed by the people who deserve it and need it most. That's what we're doing, and that's why this is the morality of what we're doing here is precisely right, and it comports with all the public opinion polls. When people ask whether young men, for example, who are able-bodied and have no dependents should be working, everybody says yes, and that's what our package does. So these estimates that you're hearing are accurate, but it's dealing with those numbers of people in the population, and that's going to make preserve the program and strengthen it for those who need it most.
So 1.4 million people in your home state of Louisiana are on Medicaid. More than 800,000 receive SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps. Is it your contention that if any of those Louisianans lose their benefits, it's because they shouldn't have been receiving them because they were committing waste, fraud, or abuse?
Yeah, look, my district, as every district in America, has people who are on the program who shouldn't. And when you're talking about, I keep using this example, a young able-bodied man with no dependents, there's no reason he should not be working. We are the party that supports human dignity, and we find purpose and dignity in our work. It's good for the individuals involved. It's good for their community. It's good for society at large. When you're talking about work requirements, by the way, it's very flexible. It just means that you either work or you volunteer, do something meaningful in your community, or you're in a job or work training program. 20 hours a week. I mean, this is not some huge demand. If you're going to be on the public wagon, you have to do something to help pull it if you're able. And again, Jake, the purpose of this is to preserve these very necessary, very important safety net programs for the people who actually need and deserve them, and not those who are gaming the system. And I think I'll go into any town hall anywhere in America, my district or otherwise, and explain this, and everyone nods in agreement and understands it. So the Democrats are trying to twist the facts. They're trying to put out misinformation because they're going to vote against this, and there's no way to defend it. What it means is they're going to be voting for more fraud, waste, and abuse instead of the elimination of it, which is what our package does.
It's not just Democrats, though, right? I mean, there are voices in MAGA world sounding the alarm that cuts to Medicaid could really impact Trump's own supporters. Take a listen.
Medicaid, you got to be careful because a lot of MAGAs on Medicaid. I'm telling you, if you don't think so, you are dead wrong. Just can't take a Medex to it, although I would love to.
This is real Medicaid benefit cuts. I can't support that. No Republican should support that. We're the party of the working class, Mono. We need to act like it.
That was Steve Bannon and Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri. What is your response to them?
Yeah, look, I don't disagree with that. Of course, there's lots of people on Medicaid in our party and others. But again, if they look at the final package and the details of what has come through the House, I think we reached the right point. And Jake, it also brings out the very important point that we're trying to do this on a very aggressive timetable. The reason I tried to get this done, and we did get it done before Memorial Day and send it to the Senate, is so the president can be signing this into law by Independence Day on July 4th. Why is that so important? Because we've got to get relief to the American people, and then we also need to, for political purposes, give a lot of time, enough time for everyone to see that this package actually is what we say. It's going to help the country. It's going to help the economy. It's going to help all boats to rise, just as we did after the first 2 years of the first Trump administration. And so we're anxious to get this signed into law so people feel it and see it before that midterm election, and they understand it is the Republicans who are doing the best for hardworking Americans, low-income families, and everyone who deserves a better shot.
I want to ask you about something else. President Trump held a closed-door event Thursday night for top investors in his private cryptocurrency. We do not know who was there. The list has not been released. We do not know how much of the money came from outside the country. The president has, of course, a huge role to play when it comes to regulating crypto. I really have a difficult time imagining that if this was a Democratic president doing the exact same thing, you wouldn't be outraged.
Well, look, I don't know anything about the dinner. I was a little busy this past week, as you know, getting the reconciliation package over the line. And so I'm not going to comment on something I haven't even heard about. I'm not sure who was there or what the purpose was. But I'll say this. President Trump is very active. He's very engaged. He's the greatest deal maker, one of the greatest deal makers of all time. He is working on these trade imbalances that we've had and having tremendous success. We've got over 75 countries now renegotiating their trade agreements with America. It's going to make it better for all of us, everybody in the country. And he is encouraging new technologies, crypto, and the advancement of AI. He's appointed a czar for the first time. We have an AI czar in David Sachs, who's an expert in the industry from Silicon Valley. There's a lot of exciting things happening. The president is trying to encourage that along as much as he can, and I think the vast majority of the country is applauding those efforts. So I'm one of them. I think that the result of all this is going to be extraordinary for everybody in the country.
You oversaw, as Speaker, a congressional investigation into President Biden's ties to his son Hunter's questionable business dealings to enrich him. You seem to think it was your responsibility to look into this sort of thing then.
Yeah, Jake, the big important distinction, the Biden crime family, as they were named, earned that title. Why? Because they used shell companies, fake LLCs, series of what appeared to be money laundering operations, and Hunter Biden, of course, with his difficult past and the corruption in his past, the family on the public dole, or on the president's dole. The president lied about his involvement in the business dealings, all of that. The evidence just piled up. And by the way, at the same time, the evidence of his diminished mental capacity, subject to your book, of course, I wish it had been published a year earlier, because everybody saw it. Everybody saw what was happening. He used the auto pen. And by the way, there's investigations right now going on in the House. Jamie Comer and the Oversight Committee will be investigating the use of the auto pen, when the president's mental capacity declined, and whether all those things are even legally valid now, given the obvious fact that he was not the one making the decisions. It's huge implications from all this. And so I think the American people had a reason to doubt, and we had great reason and I think a responsibility to investigate those things. The difference, of course, is that President Trump does everything out in the open. He's not trying to hide anything. There's no shell companies or fake LLCs or fake family businesses. He's putting it out there so everybody can evaluate for themselves.
On the book, I wish the more than 200 people that talked to me and Alex Thompson, my co-author, after Election Day, I sure wish that they had talked to us a year ago. I agree with you on that. But on this matter with the crypto, shouldn't we at least just know who was at the dinner? Wouldn't you want to know that list of people?
I guess. I mean, again, I don't know anything about that dinner. I do know that President Trump is the most transparent president and the most transparent administration probably in history. He has nothing to hide, and he's out there trying to advance America's interests. That's what America First policies are all about, and that's what our big reconciliation bill will deliver for the people. We're really proud of the product.
Mr. Speaker, I know you have a lot of military veterans and Gold Star families in your congressional district. I know your son is at Annapolis. I wish you a meaningful and peaceful Memorial Day weekend. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Same to you, my friend.
Yeah, good stuff. Again, I like him. I like him a lot. My personal opinion. I think he's trying to forward America's interests. I think the Senate's, I don't know. I guess I'm tripping a little bit on the differences. And I think that's, honestly, from my standpoint anyways, that is part of the takeaway from this. Is there's a very significant difference between how the House and how the Senate operates. Senate has 6 years between votes. They don't necessarily need to be nearly as desperate, and they also represent 50% of their whole state. Whereas the House is a very small section of the state, right? So this is weird how the House put through this bill, and they're having to defend it. And I think Speaker Johnson's doing an admirable job personally. But we've got the Senate's already like, fuck this thing, fuck it in the butthole, right? Like, and it's just like, wow. right? Okay. You don't like the salt thing. That's weird. Why? And then, right? So, I don't know. There's some strange kind of stuff going with this. We'll see how it plays out. Personally, I think the Senate guys on the Republican side are probably going to have to suck it up on some of this. And maybe this is just some of the theatrics. So we make it look like we fought against it, right? Like, oh, that's stupid. And then secretly they go and vote yes because they have to. And they're like, well, I had no other choice. It was that or Fetterman would win, like something stupid, right? They always do. But whatever. Here's John Thune. Again, not slamming him. It's a game. I don't know. I'm appreciating the movie. I'm trying to understand what's going on right now. It makes a little weird sense, right? Like right now I'm like, why are they doing this? It'll make sense, I think, down the road. We'll see. Future proves past, they always say. We can do it with volume, though. Yeah, we'll try that.
We are going to vote this week to do away with the Biden California mandate, which was an attempt by the Biden administration to impose a electric vehicle mandate across this country through the California Clean Air Act waiver. And so we're going to be having that vote later this week. The impact of that particular rule would be devastating across our economy. And obviously the Democrats are going to make a lot of noise about that, but the truth of the matter is this has nothing to do with the legislative filibuster. This is the Congress and the United States Senate submitting to the body the question of whether or not the Government Accountability Office, the GAO, ought to be able to determine for us what it is and isn't a rule. The administration says it's a rule. The GAO has said it's not. And the United States Senate is going to be heard from on this issue tomorrow and do something that will avoid, again, what I think and what a lot of people across this country think would be a catastrophic outcome, and that is an EV mandate that would be imposed across the United States.
Yeah, and that was totally not what I thought it was. But yeah, filibuster taking center stage. They are teeing it up as a filibuster fight, and that's not what this is. It's just about getting rid of that California EVA thing. Probably a bunch of Democrat senators are going to vote yes or vote with us on that. So this will most likely pass, end up on Trump's desk, and it'll probably be bipartisan, which will be fun as well. I bet you Fetterman comes on board. Anywho. A lot of funny little memes going around right now about Trump and this little love story with Ursula von der Leyen, the EU president, person that's actually appointed and not actually voted in. Whatever. We'll leave that to the side for a moment. But everybody's like talking about this beautiful love story that's brewing here, right? Like this is Princess Bride all over again. With Trump being the dread pirate Roberts, and of course Ursula being whatever that chick's name was. Drawing a blank on her name. Pumpernickel or something weird. Whatever. I'm drawing a blank on her name. It doesn't. I've seen the movie so many times too. It's a shame. Anyways, whatever the case is, she has a crazy ass name. Funny ass movie. But yes, the Trump extended the deadline for the tariffs starting in EU at 50%. He delayed it 1 month, July 9th, if I remember correctly. Stock market immediately went crazy. Got happy. Right? It's futures. They're not actually open today. Also talking about gas prices. I don't know what's going to be up with the love story thing. I thought it was kind of interesting. We'll see what happens. Again, one beautiful, big, giant-ass bill. Senior bonus. They're bringing in some bigger tax breaks for people that are under $75K a year. Certainly people on fixed incomes. This is going to lower your taxes for sure immediately after it passes. $880 for couples, it's for those in a 22% tax bracket. It'll be about $880 a year. It's not a lot. I mean, but with the other stuff, it's not that bad. $480 a year for people that are in the 12% tax bracket. But this is actually going to give some relief to the people that need it most, frankly. People that are making kind of the least amount of money. You guys are going to get a small break. You divide that by 12. That's that much extra per month, or divide it by 24. Right? That's that much per paycheck. So 24 into 48, that's what, $20 a month paycheck. It's just extra. And tax break. It's not a bad thing. That helps, right? Every little bit helps, they say. Whatever. We'll see. That's going to happen. Report says China's BYD. I feel like it's a Michael Jackson song or something. PYT. Pretty young thing. It's apparently outselling Teslas in Europe for the first time, they say, probably because of tariffs. That's all. Again, China desperately trying to make themselves sound significant. And I don't know, the story kind of made me chuckle a little bit when I first thought about it. I'm like, China's like really into like hacking everybody else's stuff, but I wonder how hardened they actually make their shit. Like, who's gonna keep us from hacking your guys' car and suddenly the battery just catches fire? That'd suck, wouldn't it? So again, it's not about the people, it's about the deep state versus the rest of humanity. And the CCP would obviously represent the deep state. So yeah, stock futures soar. Trump did delay the deal until July 9th, which is good stuff. Made a huge difference on futures. They were actually slightly down. Now they're up a chunk. They're going to go up a bunch. And then something's going to come out Monday. I think Trump's messing with them, frankly. I think that's why he did this thing with van der Leyen. And frankly, it messed up the European markets. So van der Leyen was put, like, you got to talk to Trump, at least by a month. Give us a month. And she did. And Trump did. And he's like, all right, now what? If there's no deal, then we're going to go right back to 50%. And, yeah, it made a huge difference. It jumped a bunch in a short period of time. Again, this is what we're after. Guys, the system is not long for this world. Stay in it, don't stay in it at this point. I really don't think it's a good idea to stay in it. I would not be in a 401k or an IRA right now for so many reasons. One, just I don't know where they're investing. I know it goes into certain groups of fundings, but they're putting it towards a lot of companies that you probably really don't want to be investing in. All said, again, it's a big process. Moving money from a 401k or an IRA into another vehicle that will protect it is there's many steps, right? You got to get out of the one system. That money's got to be moved to an account so then they can then buy precious metals with it. Then those precious metals have to be received and put someplace, right? And then all that's got to be done tax-free, penalty-free. My friends at Goldco are very good at doing that. Very good. They make it easy. That's a big part of what's going on here. Get out of their system while you can. And get all your ducks lined up at least before you. If you want to wait on pulling the pin, that's one thing. But it's one thing to be like, I'll give them a call once I see the stock market collapsing. It's like, no, you can't. Because it's already too late, and this takes days. It takes weeks sometimes, depending on you, in most cases. Go to drslikesgold.com. drslikesgold.com. Check into how you can protect your wealth. They've got all sorts of ways to do it. You're going to get a free half-ounce Ronald Reagan collectible coin, 0.999% pure. Very, very good stuff. You're also up to 10% of the face value of your 401k, free silver. Silver's very undervalued and very underpriced as far as I'm concerned. The price part, whatever. It's where it's at. There's paper contracts that affect silver much, much more than gold does per se. Go to drslikesgold.com, drslikesgold.com. Get your wealth protection kit. Get your free Trump book about the Trump future. A lot of things are happening. We're talking about it here, right? But you get your kit, you learn how you can protect yourself. These guys are rated awesome everywhere. They're just incredible customer service. I love them. I've worked with them. I've bought precious metals from them. If you want to get precious metals, put in your same 4 data points. Be like, I wanted to buy some precious metals. They'll hook you up with that as well. They've got some cool stuff, too. If you want to get some of the weird stuff like platinum and palladium and weird stuff like that, they got it all. Go to drslikesgold.com, drslikesgold.com. Get out of that system. Get some free silver. Do it tax-free and penalty-free. And know that you're protected. And you don't have to worry about all this crazy crap that's going on and wondering what's going to happen. Am I going to lose 5% of my wealth tomorrow? You won't feel that way when it comes to owning precious metals. You just don't. The money's been going up and up and up. And it's actually indicative of what's happening with the dollar, which means in stocks, where your stock's barely going up, you're losing money just in the way the dollar's kind of losing power. So there's a number of things. Gold protects that buying power. There's people that were talking about what it cost to buy a suit back in the olden days with a gold, right? The amount of gold it would cost and the amount of silver it would cost and what it costs now, and it's still the same. It holds value. Whatever the hell the dollar's worth right now for the price of gold right now, which keeps going up because the value of the dollar is essentially going down, you'll hold the value and lock it in at that moment. You wait till later, you're losing value is all you're doing. You're just losing value every day. I'm not trying to rush you. I'm just saying it's what's been happening. That's how this actually works. That's the nuts and bolts. It's the value of the dollar is being lost while we go through this transition. Lock in your value. DRSlikesgold.com. DRSlikesgold.com. Get out of that system while you can. So here's all the crazy, awesome pictures of our very, again, I'm not trying to slam on this chick. I think she's hot. Love it. I'd love to get stuck in an elevator with her, just hopefully her and I, and hopefully she's kind of attracted to me. That would make the whole situation much more fun. But, I mean, I would definitely not kick her out for eating crackers in bed. It's on your side. That's fine. You want to get your crackers over here too? Okay. Yeah, sure. No, that's fine too. Whatever. But yeah, she delivered remarks. She's out there in Israel, basically saying Trump asked me to come out here. I don't know. It's not all that exciting for as long as it is. But here's her driving a boat. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, some sort of Israeli boat, because there's actually people that obviously look like they're in charge, and she's like, nah, can I drive it? Get a picture? So she's driving the boat, which I'm pretty sure is not normal. Here she is walking on the red carpet, but she's walking. She's very, very good walking, very good walker, very, again, attractive. Wow. And then here's, holding the wall, making that cool face. I wish I could do it. There's surprise lady. Woo! Yeah, I can do that one all day long. Not her. No, can't do cute. I do a shitty cute. Here's her on a camel. Didn't see that one coming. Nope. And she seems really skinny. Sweetheart, you got muscular for sure, yes, but skinny. Yeah, I didn't see the camel picture coming, but okay. Yeah, I don't even, for some reason, I don't think camels when I think, unless she was in Saudi Arabia. That looks like Saudi Arabia people. So maybe she just happened to be there. Because, they got the wall. Saudi Arabia doesn't. I don't think that Israel, you guys don't have shit like that, right? Am I wrong? Maybe I'm just getting places. They got a lot of pictures here. Bahram Airport. Oh, yeah, okay. She's all over the place. I thought this was... All right. I'm just retarded. Sorry, guys. This is what happens. Holiday. Yeah. All of my employees are off today. I don't have any, actually. Zero employees. That was just fail. Indian authorities declare emergency over hazardous cargo spill. This sucks, and there's an oil spill, and it's pretty bad, I guess. I mean, it's, could be worse, but it's bad. 84.44 metric tons of diesel is being spilled. But there's this funny part. There is 13 containers of hazardous cargo. And then 20 with calcium carbide. I didn't really look up what calcium carbide is. It sounds like it could be interesting. Might not like water. Who knows? But 13 containing hazardous materials. India was receiving this, by the way. I probably should have specified that. Made me wonder, what was India receiving that's hazardous? Why would you receive hazardous materials? Ooh, what are they? I mean, of course, I'm thinking weapons. I'm thinking weapons stuff. I don't know, folks. I don't know. Oh, shucks. Okay, translate. Cool. Why did I have this? I had this because Bundeskanzler Friedrich Merz. He is the... Who is he? Is he... I think he's the German something or other. Important guy there. Talking about how he wants to basically make World War III happen for sure. He says, we're going to do everything in our power to continue supporting Ukraine. This also means no longer having any range restrictions on the weapons we supply. Ukraine can now also defend itself by attacking military positions in Russia. Now, there's two ways to read this. Here's the way I'm reading it first. The German dude, he wants World War III to happen because Russia's been very clear. You use Western weapons to attack deep into Russia when Ukraine wouldn't have been able to do that on their own. That is the equivalent of such country literally attacking us. Because we have to remove the restraints, give them access. There's a lot of things that happen that are very special. Like somebody on the other country literally had to do something to make this possible. That is an act of war. What this, I think, actually means is nobody in Europe is any longer giving Ukraine any weapons that can reach deep into Russia. That's ended. That's what I'm reading into this story. And I know that sounds backwards from what they're saying, but that's the point. They want to make it sound like, ha-ha, when in reality it's like, wah, wah. Pretty much. Putin has escaped a massive Ukrainian drone. We talked about this drone strike, right? His helicopter. Oh my God, the airport was getting attacked while he was taking off. Odds are an attack was coming in. They were aware of it, maybe from the outskirts, and they probably evacuated him, but they probably played it up because it's good for publicity, right? Putin understands Trump in English. Kremlin's talking about this, and they're just saying basically, look, here's the thing. Like Putin speaks fluent English. Fluent English. He doesn't like to try to do it necessarily because when speaking as a president, he's not like a first language level, right? So he's got people that are very, very good at English that do a translation. He compares it to what he thought he heard, and he's like, all right, yeah, okay. And so then answers appropriately. But he's essentially saying that him and Trump have conversations in English. It is not like they need to have an intermediary there ever. They can chat amongst themselves. So Trump, there's a bit of a game going on right now. Zelensky, or Putin, I don't know why I keep doing that. Sorry, man. It's like mean to him, Putin. But Putin, like, stop being such a dick. Even though Zelensky's attacking the shit out of him, he's shooting most everything down. Now we're hearing that Europe's likely not giving any more weapons of significance. And Trump is playing the mean card. I'm mad at them.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
President, what do you want to do about that?
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. We'll see what we're going to do. What am I going to tell you? You're the fake news, aren't you? You're totally fake. All right, any other questions? I don't like what Putin is doing, not even a little bit. He's killing people. And something happened to this guy, and I don't like it.
So again, is he saying this isn't the real Putin? I mean, that's what a lot of conspiracy theorists are going to say. Is he just saying, like, what's up? Why are you being so crazy? What's going on, man? What's happening? And again, hard to say, of course, what's really happening. But Russia responds to Trump's criticisms of Putin. Says there's an emotional overload right now. Yeah. Says we are really grateful to the Americans and to the President Trump personally for their assistance in organizing and launching this negotiating process, Dmitry Peskov says. Then, of course, Sean Connery comes in. He's like, of course, at the same time, there is a very crucial moment, which is associated, of course, with emotional overload. I'm going to make words up. That's what I do. Overload of everyone, absolutely, with emotional reactions. I'm too worried about... It's like when you're doing pool. You guys ever play pool, right? And you're worried about, like, doing the follow-up, right? The second shot. I'm worried about making sure my English is right so I can get the shot over and make the next shot. And you miss the first shot. You're like, well, you got to make the first shot to even have a second shot. Anyway, too worried about the accents and all these things react well to bullets, right? Like, I was too worried about that. Anyway, whatever. I'm having fun. Long story short, Putin's like, it's an emotional time right now. It's just so crazy and chaotic. He didn't say it like that, of course, because being gay in Russia is against the law. So guarantee you that Putin would never act gay in any way. There's no place and time when gayness and Putin together. Duck Dynasty star Phil Robertson, he's dead at 79. Duck Dynasty. Never got into the show myself. I don't know about you guys. Maybe some of you guys. You're probably Duck Dynasty fans, right? Kim Kogan's going to have a hard time with this one because, she loves calling everybody Duck Dynasty right now. That's her, like, slam on anybody on this side of the fence. We're all Duck Dynasty people. Her major star just passed away. It's going to be harder to make fun of us. This is going to start to fade from the zeitgeist. It will be less celebratory, less significant. But it's very sad. My heart goes out to your family, sir. All of the little ducks. El padre de los pollitos. Even though it's father of little chickens. Close ducks, chickens, In a Chinese restaurant, similar. Yeah, not bad, not different. I'm just saying. Pentagon rolls out a new epic ad touting our extended incredibleness. It's pretty cool. I don't know. Check this out. What the hell? It's a minute and a half. We're trying to get more people in the military so we can send them off to die or just make sure we can't. I don't know. We're trying to build it back up, essentially. We just got rid of a bunch of the LGB letters. We need to fill it back up with people that are just, I'm just male. M. That's my letter. M. Or F, maybe. Maybe.
No more distractions. No more electric tanks. No more gender confusion. No more climate change worship. We are laser focused on our mission of warfighting.
We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. It's called peace through strength.
You look into the eyes of these young Americans who are giving up the best years of their life in a uniform to serve their nation. They are incredible.
Through our power and might, we will lead the world to peace. Our friends will respect us, our enemies will fear us, and the whole world will admire the unrivaled greatness of the United States military. We will replenish the pride of our armed forces, end the recruitment crisis.
We don't fight because we hate what's in front of us. We fight because we love what's behind us.
God bless you. God bless our armed forces. God bless our men and women serving overseas. And God bless the United States of America.
Amen to that, right? That's some good stuff. Now, let's just stop the ad from loading. How about that? How about you just say no, then go? All right, screw that. I want to remind you guys of the Wellness Company. We talk about them a lot. They're a company that I think does really good work. First off, it's a way to legally get some stuff that's technically sort of a pharmaceutical drug thing actually sent to you. They have a number of really good supplements that are not in that area, but these actually are amazing. Like those that maybe are a little nervous about the spike that is running around, people that have gotten vaccinated, people that continue to get vaccinated in your area. Maybe you work in a hospital and everybody's getting vaccinated. You're just like, the spike support is huge. They've got two of them, Ultimates and the regular. Check them both out. Also, metabolism, trying to speed up your metabolism, lose weight. They've got stuff for that. Longevity, you want to live longer? They got stuff for that. Just recharge, feel better, man. You're having a hard time. You're just feeling down, not feeling good. Could be parasites, by the way. I've been doing a little bit of a Ivers cleanse here over the past, I think I'm about 5 days into it. I've had some interesting experiences. Any of you guys that have actual access to me, I'm curious if any of you have ever done that. I want to say like day one, first off, is when the eye thing happened, which is actually significantly better right now. It's not totally better, but the white part, I can start to see it. So hopefully within a day or two, that'll be like normal looking, which would be fantastic. But day one, that happened. I don't think it was related. Maybe. But I felt weird. I had weird pains. I was feeling stuff. I was weird. I was having pains in weird places in my body all over the place. I'm still going. I'm going to take it. I don't know. I'm thinking about 2 weeks is what I'm thinking. But it's weird how it's affected me. So I'm curious what you guys think. Any of you guys do any parasitic cleanse, which we'll get there in a second. But I'm doing a version of it. They've got emergency kits. The contagion kit, if you get a virus, this thing's going to save your life. Look into the contagion kit. It's got Ivers. It's got hydroxy. It's got Z-Pack. It's got another antiviral. It's got a nebulizer with 5 vials of stuff that it's like asthma medications. It's exactly what it is, and it helps you open your upper respiratory. I feel like there's one other thing in there, but whatever. Incredible kit. Will literally save your life if you get a bad viral infection, and it gives you all the tools to treat it. An antibacterial, Z-Pack, which I think I said, but whatever. They've also got first aid kits, travel kits, stuff like that. I really highly recommend it. Think about your kids. If you travel a bunch, right? If you're a wife and your husband travels a bunch, for whatever reason, they should have one of these in their car, because what happens, right? You should always have like emergency kit in your car. You should have emergency food, emergency water, blankets, shoes, especially ladies. You should have some tennis shoes, sneakers that you can comfortably walk in case something happens and you got to walk 10 miles because, there's an EMP flash and suddenly your car stopped working, right? There's things that need to happen. So be prepared. There's a travel kit. It's got first aid, bandages, it's got shit like that, like stuff you need just in case. You never know. Also, anti-aging's powerful stuff, but the best seller, the one I really think is a great idea. This isn't what I'm doing myself. This is actually would be better than what I'm doing. I'd love to try this. I should have. I kind of got my own version. I have it for a while, and the date's actually expired. So we're using it while we can, and then we're gonna replenish. So Parasite Cleanse, 3-month supply. This is a 25 milligram thing. I got it's 15 milligrams. It's 25 milligrams, by the way. That's incredible. 250 milligrams of mebendazole. Same time, boom. People have been talking about this, the power of these two ingredients. Taking out parasites. It's a 90-day supply. It's 3 months. You think about all the things that are going to happen and all the things that people keep linking back to parasites. Folks, this is a pretty hardy deal. And like I said, I'm tripping on what I've done with the Ivers. And it's been like a week, 5, 6, 7 days, 5 to 7 days, somewhere in there. I don't actually even. It was Wednesday was when I started. That's where I'm at. So today is Monday. Yeah, okay, 5 days. Because my girlfriend, she helped me figure that out this morning when we were having coffee. I was like, that's right. So Wednesday, I started this. And like I said, I experienced some interestingness in the first few days. And today I'm actually, I don't know, kind of feeling not better in the big picture, but I don't feel any weird pains right now, which is cool. So step in the right direction. I think I'm actually going to start feeling better in a few days coming. And that's what a lot of people are suggesting. A little sluggish, maybe, having a little issue with a couple pounds. Like 5 pounds, really just struggling with this last 5 pounds. What's going on? This is helping. All said, ivermectin, bebendazole, parasite cleanse, boom, cleans it out majorly. Go to TWC, the wellness company, twc.health/OTF. That's TWC.health/OTF. Yeah, seriously, guys, don't trust them at all because we know what's going to ultimately happen. And we've got to be prepared. There's all sides of this, right? Second Amendment, you got food, you got water, you got filtration, whatever you need, like whatever your thing is, wherever you are, be as prepared as you can be. I don't know when and how, but it's definitely getting near. I don't know. It was feeling a week or two ago, I felt like we were really close to something, and I feel like we've pulled back on that one, and I think we're going to continue to do that. I do think we will, but they're trying to run us up to the red line a lot, and it's just not going well. They're not able to. Let's hope that we continue to have the power that we've had thus far. That's all I can say. I love you guys. Keep helping me, please. I think we're almost there. You guys are making an enormous difference. I don't know if you see it. I know I have a hard time seeing it sometimes too. We are making a huge difference. Where we go one, we go all. And the ripples. It's on the Fringe with Dan Radio Style.